gentlemen, the time has finally come. Julio Jones is now a Tennessee Titan. He got traded for a second-round pick and I believe a fourth-round pick. I'm surprised he didn't go for a first-round pick, but now Julio Jones is a Tennessee Titan. He's rocking number 8 now because A.J. Brown's rocking number 11. Julio Jones is a 94 overall. He has Superstar X Factor development. He's 31 years old now, 220 pounds, and that 6'3" height frame is gonna get him places. He's gonna be balling out for Ryan Tannehill. He's gonna be getting those jump balls. He is a 94 route runner, 94 deep threat, 94 physical, and 92 overall slot for the player archetypes. He's a scheme fit for the Tennessee Titans. He's gonna make them maybe 2 more wins better, I believe. The Tennessee Titans defense isn't that great, but Julio Jones, he finally left Atlanta and is now a member of the Tennessee Titans. Guys, if you see more Madden 21 simulations, drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I would really appreciate it, and let's get started. So, Julio Jones, 94 overall. We got Derrick Henry, Ryan Tannehill at a 79, A.J. Brown at an 85, and other than that, they don't have that many good receivers. Their offensive line's kind of shaky. The left side's alright. The right side is where we have some problems. Anthony Firkser is their tight end after Jonnu Smith left in free agency to the New England Patriots. They have Janoris Jenkins at cornerback. He signed this past offseason. They lost Malcolm Butler and Adoree Jackson. They cut both of them. Don't know why, but they did. And their linebacking core isn't the greatest. They have some star developments though. Rashaan Evans, Brown, Kevin Byard, Landry, and Farley at strong safety. And I believe that's Caleb Farley? Is that Caleb Farley? Yes, it is. They got Caleb Farley, Jeffrey Simmons Jr., and that's the rest of their D-line. So it's not the greatest. Special team-wise, we got Kern at punter and kicker. So we got to sign a kicker in free agency, and then we'll get this show on the road and see how well the Tennessee Titans do with Julio Jones. I say they win 2 more games with him now. So Gostowski's not their kicker. I thought he was, and we're gonna sign him back. Stephen Gostowski for the Madden 21 simulation. It should be a fun one. What we usually do in these Madden 21 simulations is we sim 2 seasons and see how well, the Titans are gonna do now that they added Julio Jones to the roster. Then after this video, I'm gonna make a gameplay video with Julio Jones on the Tennessee Titans. So be on the lookout for that. And let's get started. We're going to sim midway through the season, see how well Julio Jones is doing in his first season as a Tennessee Titan. And there's going to be more Madden content coming your guys' way, depending on what you guys want to see. Madden 22 is right around the corner. We don't have a release date for it yet, but it should be here this summer. So we have a frustrated receiver right now in Julio Jones. He's not getting the ball probably. It's been quiet out there for him, so that's not good. We got to get him involved this week. We're going to make it happen. We did beat the Cincinnati Bengals, but we got to take a look at Julio Jones' stats. We got to get him 5+ touches and 100+ receiving yards. I think we can do that with Ryan Tannehill. Let's upgrade the players before we see how well the Titans are doing. Alright, so then our team is best as possible when we do sim to the playoffs. So we are 6-1. That is solid. Julio Jones has made the Tennessee Titans only lose 1 game. Alright, that's solid stuff right there. So Ryan Tannehill, 11 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, has like 1,600 yards passing. He has 103 QBR, 64 completion percentage, and is averaging 231 yards per game. Now let's look at King Henry. King Henry has 9 touchdowns, 700 yards rushing, averaging 102 yards, 0.6 per game. Only has 1 fumble. Let's take a look at receiving though. So Josh Reynolds, our third receiver, is the leading receiver on the team, and in second is Mr. Julio Jones. 400 yards receiving, 33 catches, averaging only 57 yards per game, and only has 4 touchdowns. Kind of weak, but there's Julio Jones. He's still a 94 overall. He is getting up there in age. That's why he was only worth a second-round pick, and and a 4th round pick. But there you go. There you have it. There's Julio Jones. So far this season, he hasn't been that great, but it's translating to wins. So he's doing good enough to get some wins for the Tennessee Titans. Now let's sim to the playoffs. Let's see how well the Titans can finish off the second half of the season. Will they be good enough to go and get that number 1 seed in the AFC? We're going to find out. Let's see. So we did beat the Houston Texans 45-28. We're going to look at the playoff bracket in 1 second. First, we got to, upgrade all our players real quick so our team is the best it possibly can be. All right, so we did secure the number 1 seed with Julio Jones. That is promising. That is very promising. We did get that first round bye, and the Saints got the first round bye in the NFC. So we're going to see if we can win the Super Bowl with Julio Jones in the first season. That would be pretty nice. So let's see how Ryan Tannehill finished. He had 4,105 yards passing, 35 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, solid season, 62 completion percentage, 99.1 QBR, and 256 yards per game. He's an 82 now. He started out as a 79, so that's some good stuff right there. Derrick Henry had one hell of a season, 1,400 yards rushing, 16 touchdowns, averaged 90 yards per game, and only that one fumble from the first half of the season. That's good stuff. Receiving. Julio Jones did get that 1,000-yard receiving season for himself in Tennessee. Had 7 touchdowns, 79 receptions, 62.9 yards per game. He didn't have the greatest season, but it got the Tennessee Titans the number 1 seed in the AFC, and he did go up 2 overall to a 96. Started out as a 94. Still got that superstar X Factor development rate, so that's good to see. Josh Reynolds was our second leading receiver, almost got 1,000 yards. AJ Brown surprisingly didn't do that well, only 578 yards and 6 touchdowns. His production went down because of Julio Jones. That's gonna happen, it makes sense. So since we did finish as the number 1 seed in the AFC, I want to see a record. So we finished 13-3 in the AFC South. That is some solid stuff right there. Now let's see if we could go to the Super Bowl with Mr. Julio Jones and the Tennessee Titans. Explosive offense, supposedly. Derrick Henry has been probably carrying the load for this Titans offense. We saw he had 1,400 yards rushing. That's some solid stuff. All right, so we're playing Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. Can we get it done? All right, so we are a divisional round exit. Could not get the job done against the Baltimore Ravens. So that was kind of disappointing, to say the least. We were the number 1 seed. Let's see what seed the Baltimore Ravens were. They were the 7th seed. So we lost to the worst seed in the AFC. Kind of bad. That is a kind of bad start. But that's why we got a second season to simulate and see how well Julio Jones and the Tennessee Titans will do in his second season in Tennessee. Remember, it was his first season, all that good stuff. We're going to sim to the off season. Make sure we get this team right for Mr. Julio Jones. And make sure we get those players back that we need. So here we go. Who do we need? Who do we need to sign? Jaylen Brown looks like a guy that needs to stay in this Titans defense. We're not going to give him a great contract, but a good enough contract. Janoris Jenkins, he's getting up there in age. I don't want him. Josh Reynolds, he kind of had a decent season. See if we can bring him back on a 2-year deal. And he's coming back. Anthony Ferkser, he's only 75 overall. We could probably sign a better tight end out there. Marcus Johnson, don't care. All these guys are pretty much certified bums. Gostowski, he's getting up there in age. You could probably find a better kicker out there in free agency. So, what we're going to do is we're going to upgrade these players. Derrick Henry's going to be a 98 overall now. That is some solid stuff right there. Janoris Jenkins, goodbye to you. So it looks like the Saints, the number 1 seed in the NFC, won the Super Bowl against the number 7 seed, the Baltimore Ravens. So we did lose to a Super Bowl contender. So there's that. We do have 49 mil in cap space. I think we need to go out there and I thought that was AJ Brown for a second. I was scared. I'm like, he wasn't a free agent. So tight ends available. Gronk is a tight end available, but we don't need him. Let's see if we could get Kyle Rudolph. Kyle Rudolph maybe can come to the Titans and be a decent tight end for us, because we need one. Left tackle, Russell Kuhn, we don't need him. Left guard, we're fine. We got a center, we got a right guard, and this guy could be better than our right tackle right now, so we're going to get him on a 1-year deal. We're not giving him the big bucks, we're giving him decent offers. Olivier Vernon's available, don't need him. Kawan Short, Gerald McCoy, Brandon Williams. I said we go out of our way and get Brandon Williams, 78 overall vet with star development. He's better than what we have. Right end wise, we do need a right end, and Tack McKinley can fill that void maybe. Let's give him a 4-year deal and see if that grabs his interest. Left outside linebacker, don't need him. Middle linebacker, look good. We don't need a right outside linebacker. We do need a corner though, and Kyle Fuller is on the market. We're gonna see if we can grab him, because we need corners after losing Janoris Jenkins and Malcolm Butler and Adoree Jackson. There's Malcolm Butler. Xavier Rhodes is old, don't want him. Let's get Ron Young. Kind of need corners. Gonna see if we can get them so we can make the Titans as best as possible for Julio Jones' second season as a Tennessee Titan. Kareem Jackson getting up there in age, but he's better than who we have as strong safety. We do not have enough cap space to get him, so I think we sign everyone we possibly could. And we're going to advance the week. And if people reject contract offers, we're gonna see if we could sign anyone else. Alright, well, they were all accepted, so we got everyone, I believe. Well, we didn't get Kyle Fuller yet, so let's see if we could get him in the 3rd stage of free agency, and we do not, so we could sign somebody else. We do need a corner yet again. Do we get let's get Xavier Rhodes. Why not? We'll give him a shot. 1-year deal. Xavier Rhodes still on the market. We do need a kicker. Will Lutz can be the man. We're going to go out of our way and sign him. There we go. We got ourselves a kicker now. Hopefully he does take that offer. Let's see what 5th-year options we do have. Rashaan Evans. Of course we're going to take that. We're going to take that offer. We're going to pick that up, because we need ourselves a middle linebacker, and we got it. So we did get our right tackle right there, and we did get our kicker and Xavier Rhodes. So now we're going to just sim to the next season. Don't care about the draft. Now we got players, hopefully, that can make this team better, and Julio Jones hopefully can produce in his 2nd season with Tennessee, and maybe we can make a Super Bowl run. That is what we're trying to do. Let's see if we could do it. But this time around, we're just going to sim straight to the playoffs. No mid-season bull crap. We're just going to sim all the way. See if we could do it. Let's see if we can make the playoffs. We did finish 13-3 with Julio Jones under his 1st season as a Titan. I say we finish 10-6 because this is not updated to the 17-game schedule yet. We'll see that in Madden 22. But 10-6 in this simulation in his 2nd year. I say we lose more games. I don't know, just because people are getting older. They're not as good as they used to be. Let's see. We didn't even make the playoffs. We finished 8-8. Every team in the AFC South finished 8-8. So Julio Jones did not get the Titans to a Super Bowl, but he did secure them with the #1 seed in his 1st season. So let's take a look at its final stats, and we'll call it. And I'll call it a video. Ryan Tannehill, 40 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 4,500 yards passing. So where did we go wrong? It's probably the defensive side of the ball. Rushing, Derrick Henry, 1,200 yards. Rushing, 8 touchdowns. Kind of went down in production. Receiving-wise, Julio Jones did get 1,000 yards, had 90 catches this time around, 5 touchdowns. Let's see what overall he is. He's a 93 now, so he went from a 96 down to a 93. Start out this video as a 94. So there you have it. Julio Jones, he is now getting down in overall, which is unfortunate, but that's what happens when you get older in this league. But yeah, there you have it. The Julio Jones Titans simulation. They finished 13-3 in his first season, and they finished 8-8 in his second season. So there was the stats. He eclipsed 1,000 yards in both his seasons. Wasn't anything spectacular, but guys, if you want to see more Madden 21 simulations, drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel video. I would really appreciate it. We're gonna have a Julio Jones gameplay video coming up as well, so be on the lookout for that, and I'll catch you guys later. Rock Soldier 72 signing off.